and hello and welcome to the OMindfulness online meditation. Thank you for being here. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice. And mindfulness is about being in the present moment, being here kindly, and setting aside judgments if we can. That means just allowing things to be as they are. And many people who've studied the standard 8-week course find that it's really helpful, but it can be hard to keep up the regular practice. So I'm here on a regular basis, and you're all welcome to come along live or listen in later. I'm going to guide us in 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath, and follow that with a few words on bringing in the good. So while with mindfulness, we just observe what's there and we allow things to be as they are, we're also allowed to be kind and gentle with ourselves. And because we have a little bit of a tendency to notice the negative and notice threats, it's a good idea to be especially aware of pleasant events. And you might have a pleasant moment during the meditation. We're not aiming at that, but if a pleasant moment arises, then I invite you to just explore your relationship with it. How does that feel? And are you allowing it to be there in a spacious way? Are you grasping at it? Just getting a more subtle understanding of your relationship with the agreeable. So it helps to sit in a dignified posture. It keeps us alert. I invite you to find the best position for you, sitting in a chair, sitting on the floor. And when we're ready, closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Coming into the moment through the physical sensations of sitting. Aware of our contact with the chair, with the cushion. Maybe our pressure on the support is somewhat asymmetrical. More warmth or pressure or contact one side, less on the other. Maybe those feelings change as we observe. And by observing the physical sensations in the body, we are entering the world of the senses and being. And it brings us into the now. So we might like to feel our hands as well. What's going on in the fingers, the palms? Can we connect with our hands, our body, through these senses of touch? And once we have landed in this way, come home to the body, more or less, however imperfectly. We can invite our attention to the breath. Noticing where we can feel the breath. Is the tummy moving? Is there a sense of skin against cloth? Do we feel the rib cage expanding, rising and sinking? Do we feel it at the front, the sides, or perhaps around the back where the ribs articulate on the spine? Maybe we feel the air passing in the throat. And it's quite likely that the mind wanders off. So how does it feel when we come back to the breath? The breath is still there as an anchor for our attention. The air passing in the nostrils. Maybe more on one side than the other. Cool air flowing in, warmer air flowing out. And it doesn't matter how many times the mind wanders. Each time we come back, it's good practice. And then perhaps noticing the place where the breath is most apparent for you. And lingering there with interest, with kindness. being with the moment and the opportunity to notice the physical sensations of breathing. And if there are any pleasant experiences, we notice our relationship with them. Can we just allow without grasping? Being with. Nothing else to do. And staying with your breath in your favorite place for another few cycles. Observing carefully and with kindness. And noticing one more breath in detail. And opening our eyes when we're ready. And noticing that transition too. You may like to have a stretch or a yawn. So well done for being here, and it's lovely to see Sophie and Lisa and to share together. That's lovely. Today I'm on retreat. I've been doing a 3-day retreat for a lovely Claire, and we've done some mindful hiking and mindful meditation and movement and juicing and lots of good stuff, yoga, massage. And yesterday we were up on the hills above the Gorge du Loup, and it was beautiful and sunny and the flowers are out, and the theme of the day was noticing pleasant events. And there I was in this sort of natural rock garden of flowers and feeling the beauty and aware, I'm filled up with this pleasant moment. And then there was an urge to capture it, to grasp at the pleasant moment and that feeling of where's my camera. And I noticed that there I was trying to hold on in a way, and that immediately stopped my experience of really being there. And it occurred to me also that with that feeling of trying to hold on, there's a tendency to want to sort of freeze it in time, and with a photograph, there it is, and it doesn't allow for the impermanence. And with the sun and the breeze and everything, by the time we'd finished our walk, I was aware that that particular garden of flowers would have moved on, would have matured, would have faded, would have given rise to new buds. And so in a way, by trying to hold on to it, I was not appreciating and enjoying this sense of impermanence. So there are many subtle things that happen when we have pleasant events, and I experience some of them, the grasping, and it's important that we do notice the pleasant events and we allow them to enter into our memory, that we really feel them in the body. And Rick Hansen talks about this, I've mentioned it before, in The Buddha's Brain, where he says that we do have a negativity bias, that we are on the lookout for threats. It's down to our ancestors and our survival instincts. And so to redress that balance, it's important to allow in the good. And it's a question of how we do that. You know, do we do it in a spacious, open, mindful way, or are we grabbing on? So really staying with the pleasant event, allowing several seconds to go past as the memory integrates. And this helps to build up the platform, the landscape from which we view the world. And it helps to redress that balance against the negativity bias. So I encourage you this week to notice pleasant events and then to see what is your relationship with them, and can you really open up and be with in a non-grasping way. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you very soon for another shared meditation. And feel free to share the link and listen later, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for being here. Bye for now.